Yo guys, what is going on? It is time to talk about budget defensemen, 50K or below. Yesterday we did a video on forwards 50K to 50K or below, and now it's time to release the video on defensemen 50K or below. If you're just new to the game or you're looking to upgrade your team and you have 50K, this is what you want to look at, or these are the players you want to look at, because 50K is not that bad to come across. And if you can get your hands on it, here are some of the cheapest defensemen that are the best for you to look at. Let's get into it, guys. I hope you do enjoy it. If you do, give it a thumbs up. Leave in the comment section down below who your favorite defenseman is under 50,000 coins. But guys, let's have some fun and look at the budget. Well, for this to be possible, we got to go to the auction house, right? And we got to see what the auction house has. First, you got to ask yourself, what type of player are you? Are you a positionally sound player? If you are positionally sound and you understand the mechanics and defense of hockey, then you can get away with a less speedy defenseman. If you do not play proper positioning, or you find yourself getting out of position a lot, you will need a speedy defenseman to recover from a situation like that. And then there's the offensive attacker. If you like being aggressive with your defense, obviously you're going to want a speedy defenseman that can shoot. So you got to kind of find in the path of what you want. Neil Pionk, 44,000 coins. If you look at Neil Pionk, he is 89 speed with 91 agility. His shot is not the best, but he is a great card for speed, agility, defensive awareness, body check. He gives you a great, well-rounded defenseman that can help recover in a bad position situation, or if somebody's trying to skate up the boards on you like a Connor McDavid, he's not going to keep up with them, but at least he might be able to put pressure on them where they're not going to blow past him or buy him. This is a good card for 40,000 coins. Now, when it comes to I was going to say great, but maybe not, a good card for shooting and size, Brent Burns is that. He's got Heat Seeker, which is not a bad little ability. And he's got 90 balance with 89 body check, 90 strength. He's got an okay shot power with 91 shot power and then terrible accuracy. But if you get green 1Ts with Heat Seeker, this card will be very good. This is a card for a positionally sound player. If you do not play good positioning, you do not want this card. If you find yourself puck chasing, if you find yourself always like getting into bad defensive areas, this is not a card you're going to want, because recovery is going to be terrible with that speed. A well-rounded option is Salming. Wow. Boreas Salming is a very good option for a well-rounded defenseman. He's got good height, he's got good skating, he's got defensive awareness, and he's a cheap card. 94 shot block, 87 stick check. Shooting accuracy and shooting power is okay. It's not the greatest, but it will get by. The 89 speed is what you're looking at, and the size is dynamite as well. And for 40K, he's much like Neil Pionk, cheap. Brent Burns, cheap, but it's what defenseman you're looking for. Clark, on the other hand, is a defenseman that is like meh, if you ask me. He's cheap, which is good. He's tall, which is good. He's got defensive awareness and but he's a good price tag for a card that's got a hard, kind of accurate shot. So if you like shooting from your point, Braden Clark is a cheap option for that. 87 speed isn't the best, but it also isn't holding you back. 90 agility means he can get around and cut and corner and deal with people that like to circle and skate in the corner. This is a good card for the player just looking for an all-around defenseman for the cheap to help cover some holes. And 50,000, because there's not many of them, and there's not many cheap defensemen out here, so the options are pretty thin when it comes to them. And as we look, Adam Fox has a card here for 50K, 92 speed. This is the best card you're gonna find for 92 speed and 50,000 coins. Elite Edges, you wouldn't activate it. You just wouldn't. You're not going to spend 2 AP on that. His shot is not the best, but when you got 92 speed, 92 agility, 92 acceleration, this is a card that is going to compete and match with the fastest players in the game And you want that on your back end. And if you look for that, this card will make up for all defensive errors and mistakes, as you can just grab a hold of them and skate to wherever you got to skate to, because 92 speed is a lot. Defensively, the defensive awareness is okay. The body check is terrible. The stick check is really good. So this card is a very good option at 50K, and I think you should go out and buy it. If you are looking for a right-handed shot defenseman, he might be your solution. And then, of course, doesn't get hot cards very often. Last year he didn't get any. The year before he didn't get any. Brian Leech barely ever gets, hot cards. So if you never get to use a Brian Leech because he never gets cards, why not use him now? Because he's under 50K and he has an 88 speed with 88 shot accuracy. I like shot accuracy because it gives, it hits the net. The green 1Ts hit the net more with a higher shot accuracy. So Brian Leech with 90 defensive awareness and everything else on the offense, it's a pretty good option. It's a pretty good option, and we never get to use him. So it's nice to see him get a card. But as for that, guys, the options aren't really that high. Shea Theodore is there, but I would rather all the other cards that I listed above that. Cogniani. Luca is here, but he's very small, not fast enough, not body check, not physical. This is a card I would leave right where it is. I would probably get Aaron over Luca, to be honest with you, but I wouldn't do either of them. But Aaron does have 90 body check and 87 strength. So that could be fun. But I wouldn't do either of them. There is not very many options when it comes to cheap defensemen that you can get your hands on, guys. So those are the ones that I would strongly suggest. Now, if we expand into the 60,000, all you're going to see here is we get a lot more options of the same cards. Now, we get a Heiskanen that does sneak in here at 58,000. That's a really good option if you're looking to stretch past that 50K. I really wanted to keep this below 50,000, but with the limited options on defense, Heiskanen is an honorable mention at 58K, and we can get him at 55. And then we got a Brooks or Picks here at 59. I would, for the 10,000 coins more, I would drop down to the 50K option. I wouldn't get this card for 10,000 coins more. It's not worth it. But as you're seeing, there's not many more options that are showing up. I guess we got an Ekholm, which, by the way, this Ekholm card is not bad. It's still not the greatest, and I wouldn't spend on it. I would stay at the lesser cards. One thing you're not noticing, the offense, when we did it yesterday, there was a lot of 87s that were showing up. There is no 87 defenseman showing up in here. It is just 86s. So that is one thing you're not finding on the cheap, is an 87 defenseman. So if you're looking for under 50K, the 86s are where you're at. Actually, Sam Dickinson slides in. And what does his card look like, actually? 6'3", 88 speed, 94 agility. Okay, there are cards in here that show up at the 60K that I said I would not get. The Sam Dickinson I would get. I would spend the extra 10K on that card if you can find another one pop up for that cheap, because he's a good card. And there's no 87s, which it's hard to find an 87 defenseman that isn't priced really high. So these are the ones you want at a budget decor. Thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you did enjoy it. And it's been a wonderful 2 days, guys. They've been great. It's been fun doing the kind of the budget cards. And, I went on a little bit of a Hut Champs rant and just a bunch of stuff that we had a little bit of fun with, and the great pack opening. So if you did enjoy those, guys, give it a thumbs up. Leave in the comment section down below which one out of all 4 were your favorites, because I'm curious to hear. But hey, guys, we got to get back to that hockey grind. So you guys have yourself a wonderful day, and until next time, ciao, ciao.